Welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. Hello and welcome back to Primary Teaching with Dom. So, today's video is going to be about part-time jobs. Can you work a part-time job while doing a teacher training course? Let's get into it. As a trainee teacher, we're very busy. You've got to be in schools, you've got to be, some of you might be, depending on what you do, if it's a PGCE or a schools direct maybe once a week, you'd be in university doing essays and presentations and all sorts of different things that you'll have to do. And that does take up a considerable amount of time. So then you got to wonder to yourself, can I actually work a part-time job if I'm doing it? And the answer to that is, yes you can. However, it is very difficult, and I can tell you from personal experience. I get student finance. However, I've got different things to pay for. I've got a car that I have that I need to pay insurance for, and road tax, and all sorts, and phone bills, and all different things that I do. And I don't have, and generally, student finance will not be able to cover that for me. So I had to look at a part-time job. I already knew that I'll be in university or even in schools from Monday to Friday, and I would only have the weekend off, and the weekend is quite important because that's the time that you have to do lesson plans. If you have an assignment, you can get up at whatever time you want and get the assignment done and have a couple of hours and go to sleep, and that's what you have during the weekend because during the week would be quite busy. However, I had to sacrifice those weekends off and do a part-time job. Luckily for me, I got a part-time job and I'm still currently doing it 7 to 8 months later. Now, I want to be very frank, very honest. Having a part-time job doing a teacher training course is very, very difficult. There are times where you're going to have to know that I normally do 12 hours on a weekend, so I do like a 10 to 6 on a Saturday, then I do a 10:30 to 4:30 on a Sunday, thus leaving no time within the weekend to do anything, and then the week I'm at school or I'm at university. So you've got to really look within yourself and ask yourself, can you actually do it? Now, for some people it's a necessity, you just have to do it. There's no other choice. There are some of you that may have a choice, and I'm going to weigh up the pros and cons, and then you can see whether you would want to. So let's start with positives. The positives that you're earning money on top. So this is extra money that you're not getting from anywhere else. I didn't get a grant from university, unfortunately, because primary education doesn't give you one unless you get a first. So I did not get one, so I need extra money. So my job gives me money on a monthly basis, and I'm quite happy, and it covers my bills, and that's basically it. The next up on that is that it gives you the opportunity to be out of university on the weekends and really just be with people at your job, because I do enjoy my job. So it gives you the opportunity to be out there and enjoy your time and actually take a couple of hours away from university completely, because you may be able to think about university, but you can't do anything about university while you're at work. So it gives you the opportunity to be away for 12 hours. So those are the positives of doing that, and money is always the incentive. That's the big overarching thing, isn't it? There are also negatives to it. So you've got to think in your mind that over the weekend you're now missing out on 12 to 16 hours of that time. So you've got to find other ways to actually do your essays or do your lesson planning. So that might mean that you have to wake up earlier than your shift, do 2 hours worth of work and then go to work. It may be that you actually have to finish work knowing that you're tired, and you still got to do 3-4 hours of lesson planning, including lesson planning and assignments or whatever rods, anything that you need to do within that time. You've got to actually understand too that you're going to be tired, because you're out of the house 7 days a week. Unless you have holiday, which is a godsend. Majority of the time I love getting holiday, but then when you get holiday you're so tired that you just want to sleep. So you've got to actually figure out, are you willing to actually be tired for the majority of the time? When I first started doing 7 days a week, I was exhausted. You go to university, you do long hours at university, and you come home, you would do a lesson, no, not lesson plan by that point. You would be looking at readings and trying to get assignment prep ready. then you have to go into work. Then you finish work and still have to come home and do lesson planning. Where everyone else has had the opportunity throughout the day to do it, you haven't. So that's something to really think about. If you are able to actually have enough money not to work and do a PGC or training course, I would suggest to do that. Do not work. Because although I've done quite well, it's a struggle to do. There are some days when you come home and you just don't want to speak to anyone. You cannot be bothered. You just want to go to bed and sleep. And you get really, really exhausted. And you've got to think as well that if you're a person who likes to go, if you're doing a training course away from home and you like to go home, you've got to realize that sometimes during a holiday that you're not actually able to go home. Because you're working 7 days a week, you're doing school and then work, you've got to realize that there are some days when you're not able to go home. If the friend has a birthday party back at home, you can't go. If you just want to go home for comfort, you've got to realize you've got a shift the next day, you're just not able to go. So you've got to really rearrange and plan your life accordingly. So if you are at a job where they give you a sheet where you can block your holidays, you've got to really think, oh, what days do I need off? I might need my birthday off. I might need, my mum or dad or my uncle and auntie might have a birthday party that I need to attend. So you really got to actually know those kind of things. So it's quite important. For some of us it's a necessity. For me it's a necessity to go to work, but I've planned my life around it. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yes I do. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I get work done because I can't do work during the day regardless. So I do work from 4 a.m. to about 7:30. Then I have to get ready and go to work to do a 9 to 6 to come home. So it's quite difficult, but you can do it. You just really got to plan. Hopefully you have a great day, and I'm going to plan on having a great day myself. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. But thank you for watching. Please subscribe up here and watch my 2 previous videos down here. And I really do hope you have a great day, and I'm going to have a great day myself. Until then, bye.